wide receiver, and McBee goes out. The Bears come out of the north. They have the wide side to their left. They trail Crusaders 23-7. 3:50 left to go in the ball game at Arrowhead Stadium. Sadler puts Flowers back in the tailback position now. Sean back to pass. He looks. He's going to throw over the middle. It's going to be intended for Coss, and he can't get to it, and it's incomplete. Coss got his feet tripped up and went to the floor. There is no penalty marker down on the play, and so it's ruled an incomplete pass. And the Bear followers on the far side didn't agree too much with the call. There's Marty Coss coming back to the huddle, the offensive huddle for the Parkwood Bears, who in the second half have 17 yards in passing on 3 completions, one of them for a 5-yard loss. So their passing game has been good for 81 yards in the ball game. Each team with an interception. It's 2nd and 10 Bears at the 48 of the Crusaders. Now Flowers on the wing right. Now he lines up in the tailback position. Both wide receivers are the short side of the field. Sadler's under pressure, and he does throw, and Coss can't hang on to it. Phillips was behind him, both receivers on the same side and in the same area. The pass incomplete. Marty Coss, the tight end, could not hang on to it, reaching behind him when it appeared as though Mike Phillips might have had a chance to make the reception. 3rd down 10 at the Jefferson City Crusader 48-yard line with 3:38 left to go in the ball game. Here the Bears up to the line of scrimmage. You see Sadler going right up behind the center. Flowers is over on the left-hand side. Sadler back to throw. He looks. He throws over the middle. A pass to Sohosky has the first down. And Jason Sohosky is going to be stopped at about the 34-yard line. So Sohosky makes the reception, and that is another Bear first down. That one's good for 14 yards. You see Sadler right behind Ramey Snyder. Now watch Sean roll to his left. He'll set up, look left. He throws right over the middle. There's Sohosky open right in the seam. And he makes the reception and then pulls it in for the first down in the secondary. Comes in for the tackle at the 34-yard line in Crusader territory. First down and 10 for the Bears. At that spot, it was good for 14 yards. Sadler again on a rollout. Into the flat it goes to the 30-yard line as Flowers to the 20. And Jeff is spun down at the 15-yard line and out of bounds at about the 14. He goes down to the 14. Flowers on the little swing pass to the left-hand side. Picks up the first down. The Crusaders are giving him that yardage in there. That's good for 20 at its first down and 10. At the Crusader 14. There's Jeff Flowers, the man that made the reception. You can see almost that flak jacket underneath his jersey tied around his waist to keep the injury, keep from getting the rib injuries. 3:08 left to go in the ball game. First down and 10 for the Bears. Sadler roll out left. He throws over the middle. Marty Coss, touchdown, Parkwood. Sadler 14 yards to Coss for the touchdown. And a good reception for Marty Coss, and the Bears not giving up, staying right in there and fighting back. So they just moved it 61 yards downfield. Took them 6 plays, 61 yards. 3:02 left to go. Let's take a look at it once again. Sadler, you can see him roll to his left. Now sets up and throws. And right over the middle, there's Marty Coss, and the catch at the 1 and goes in for the touchdown, going for the 2-point conversion. Sadler into the end zone, picked off, intercepted, no 2-point conversion. So the score remains 23-13. Jefferson City Crusaders leading the Parkwood Bears in the 4A state championship ball game. They have the passing record for the 4A semifinal game, and they have the total yardage in this. They've given 417 yards of total offense for the Crusaders in the ball game, and that's pretty well right on the money. Now the Crusaders having a little trouble getting players on the field for the kick return team, as undoubtedly the Bears will try an onside kick, trailing 23-13. And Dewey Combs, the Bears are scrapping right back. They have now 65 yards in the second half. They have hit 6 completions here in the second half. That gives them 9 out of 19 in the ball game, and they have 129 yards passing. Their rushing yardage is but 54. Onside kick, squib bounce, touched by a lineman, but it's recovered in there. And the Crusaders recover at their 49-yard line. It hit an up man, but then the second man that was there was Quan Tron, who had the recovery at the 49 of the Jays. So it's first and 10 for the Jays at their 49-yard line. And the clock down now under the 3-minute mark. The Crusaders will come out of the hollow slowly and take every second they can off of that clock. Crusaders have 2 timeouts. The Bears have 3. And LePage is marking those signals. He'll fake. He'll give to Lammers. Lammers will try right tackle and hit midfield. They try to strip the ball away, but they can't do it. Lammers gains a yard on the play. 2nd down and 9. The Bear left side was there. Terry Simon, one of them, in on the tackle. There's Craig Lammers, one of the outstanding players in today's game. What a job he has done as a middle linebacker. He's a 5'9 senior, 165-pounder. He has over 100 yards rushing, and he's caught a couple passes here this afternoon also. He's had a great day. In addition to quarterback Ted LePage and that Crusader defense. It is 2nd down and 9 at midfield for the Crusaders. Lammers the tailback, and the pitch to Lammers. Cuts the corner, now reverses the field. He was hit at midfield and knocked forward. Hitting him at midfield was Jason Pottinger, and he knocked him forward to the Bear 45-yard line for a 5-yard gain by Lammers. And they'll just work him the remainder of the ball game. There's a timeout. The Parkwood Bears have taken a timeout. And they stop the clock with 1 minute and 49 seconds left to go in the ball game. The Jefferson City Crusaders are leading the Parkwood Bears 23-13. We have Jim Reek. We have Steve Dennis down on the sideline for post-game interviews, time permitting, but you see Coach Ray Hennes and Ted LePage walking out to the field to talk things over in that Crusader huddle. Coach Brownlee is out there in that defensive lineup, and there's the offensive unit of the Helias Crusaders, who are on their way to winning the 4A state football championship over last year's defending champs, the Parkwood Bears, here at Arrowhead Stadium. A lot of credit to be given to both of these teams coming in with fine football seasons. The Bears 9-3, the Crusaders 11-2. And 2 fine football teams played for the 4A championship at Arrowhead Stadium. And it's the beginning of a fine weekend of football put on by the Missouri State High School Activities Association. 3 big games tomorrow beginning at 12 noon. The 5A, the 3A, the 2A championships. There'll be a game at 12 noon, a game at 3, and a game at 6. Steve Reller and his crew, our thanks to them for fine accommodations in the setup and the telecast of this afternoon's ball game. Mark Phillips, our director, and the Sports Network crew for their fine help. LePage with 1 minute 49 has 3rd down. LePage is going to throw the ball. He's going to go all the way down the far sideline. It's going to be caught and intercepted. The Bears have the interception down there by Mike Lawrence, and so Parkwood's going to take over on their 19-yard line. So they might be getting a little bit too hungry, and they give the Bears another chance at their 19. 1st and 10 for the Parkwood Bears. That was intended for Cowanberg. Let's take a look and see how things are happening. There is LePage, the quarterback. Watch him step back. There's the 4th step and the 5th step. Cocks the arm, goes long downfield. Cowanberg is down there with Lawrence. Lawrence is in front of him, and he'll make the interception and be hit immediately by Cowanberg, and the Bears have it on their 19, 1st down and 10. Sadler, the quarterback, and they have to go for the big play with 1 minute 27. The pitch is to Flowers, the flea flicker, and they throw the pass off to Coss, the tight end. Dowdy will hit him and drop him at the 16-yard line. Now the pressure on the defense kept that one from going anywhere, and in fact it loses 3 back to the 16. It'll be 2nd down and 13 yards to go for the Bears there. And once again, Parkwood takes a timeout and leaves them after that with just 1 timeout. 1 minute and 11 seconds left to go in the ball game as Williams comes in and McBee goes out. The Bears rushing the ball this afternoon, 54 yards. And that's what the Crusaders were noted for, that rushing defense. The Bears passing game, 126 yards. They have hit 10 out of 20 in the ball game. The Crusaders have 20 first downs in this ball game. They hit 17 in the passing game. They threw the ball 23 times with 2 interceptions. Unofficially, 84 yards in the first half and 120 in the second half. We have them for 204 yards. They had 132 on the ground the first half and 50 the second half, 182 yards rushing and 204 yards passing for 386 total yard offense against the Parkwood Bears this afternoon. And to show how you dominated play in the 3rd quarter, they had 1 scoring drive that resulted in a field goal. That took 6 minutes and 25 seconds off the clock. They had another scoring drive that took 2 minutes and 36 seconds off the clock. So they used 9 minutes in 2 scoring drives of that 3rd quarter. The Bears only saw the ball for about 8 plays. It's 2nd down for Parkwood at their 17-yard line. 13 to go. Sadler's going to throw. He's under pressure. The rush is on. He's hit and he's dropped. In on the tackle that time is Mike Knowles, the defensive tackle. Mike Shimmer set it up, and Mike Knowles finished it off at the 8-yard line. A loss of 8. And that rushing yardage is going to dwindle even more. And the Jays are a happy ball club on the sideline. A happy ball club on the field. Look at Knowles and Shimmer out there and Dowdy. They're as happy as can be. Here's the replay, and there's Sadler. Now watch him spin. He'll keep the ball. Watch the rush put on now by the first man, Shimmers. He'll force him inside, almost put him down. He knocks him off balance, and then Knowles will finish him up. And the other man is Lee Yeager. Sadler back at the 2, throws over the middle. Coss, it's intercepted at the 24-yard line. And it's going to be a lineman that carries it down to the 5-yard line. Ed Bounds on the interception. That is Ed Bounds on the interception. It's the 3rd interception of the ball game for the Jefferson City Jays. And penalty markers are going down, but I think it's after the matter of fact. Let's see what the penalty will be for. Ed Bounds makes the interception and returns down deep in the Bear territory to the 1-yard line to be exact. And there are the officials talking with the Bear captain. Talking with the Parkwood captain down at the 1-yard line, and we'll see as the referee will pick up the football and pick up his penalty flag. It's a dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike conduct, and that's going to be against Jefferson City. I think what it was the over-eagerness after the interception and the celebration down there that caused the penalty. They will keep the football. It will come back to the 16-yard line of Parkwood. It'll be first down and 10 for the Crusaders at the Parkwood 16-yard line. A little over-eager in their celebration of the 4A state championship, and they have 20 seconds left. It is 23-13. The Crusaders have it at the 16-yard line of Parkwood. The interception by Eddie Bounds at about the 9:24 and run down to the 1, and now back on the 16, and they're just lined up, and all the quarterback LePage is going to do, wait a minute, the back judge blows the whistle, and Parkwood wants to stop the clock with 20 seconds remaining. That is their last timeout in the ball game. So they use their last timeout in the ball game. The teams for the other ball game are getting ready to come back onto the field. The Jays are going to celebrate that.